For the first time, a uniform civil code in Karnataka promises the BJP justice to all, appeasement to none, says the party chief. A Jumla manifesto, says the Congress. Amit Shah and Rahul Gandhi hold rallies as campaigning reaches a crescendo in the poll-bound state. The cooling off period of the 6 months waiting period for a divorce no longer mandatory. The Supreme Court rules in cases of mutual consent divorce. GST revenue collection for April 2023, the highest ever at 1.87 lakh crore rupees, the Finance Ministry reports. The WFI chief, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, refuses to quit. He's defiant, compares wrestlers' protests with the Shaheen Bagh stir. A BJP MP from UP, Bhushan, has been accused of sexual harassment even of a minor who is protecting him. How does he stay on in this post? Implementation of the Uniform Civil Code, 10 lakh jobs in the manufacturing sector and a state capital region tag for Bengaluru. These are among the top promises made by the BJP in its manifesto for the May 10th Karnataka Assembly elections. The document was released in Bengaluru on Monday by the party's national president JP Nadda. The Congress has called the BJP's manifesto a Jumla, or one full of promises. The Congress and the JDS's manifestos are still awaited.
A big promise in the BJP's Karnataka manifesto, the implementation of the Uniform Civil Code, which the party says will be done after a high-level committee is constituted for the purpose. The party has also promised to bring in the NRC, a National Register of Citizens, to remove illegal immigrants. But the biggest battle between the BJP and the Congress in Karnataka is the one over sops and freebies and wooing the poor. The BJP's manifesto promises range from free milk to millets and cylinders for the poorest, to upgradation of government schools and clinics, to starting canteens, to providing affordable food. The Congress has not come out with a manifesto, but has its own set of promises. From free electricity to free travel for women to free rice.
We have got double engine. There is a trouble engine. We are there for development. They are for the reverse gear. We are there to give the pace to the development. They are there to put brakes to the development. That we have to understand.
The Congress called the BJP's manifesto a Jumla, or one with full of false promises.
BJP, whatever may they tell, entire government, the double engine has failed. Here they are they are showing Modi face. Modi face can't work in Karnataka. It is the local Kannadiga. We will fight. We will give a government with a good governance.
In its manifesto, the BJP said it had plans to deal with situations like this one, where many parts of Bengaluru get flooded after rain. BJP promised integrated stormwater drain system in Bengaluru. The BJP faces a tough electoral battle in the Karnataka elections, while the Saffron Party says its promises in fact touches every section of the society. In fact, the BJP's manifesto seems also like an extension of Bommai's budget, but the Congress here has only been issuing guarantees and so far not a manifesto. In Bengaluru with Babu Shrija for NDTV.
And as the campaign for Karnataka heats up, the Rajasthan Chief Minister is in Bengaluru and Mangalore for an outreach to Rajasthani migrants, a population of about 4% of the vote bank. And in a closely watched election like this one, every vote counts. And so Ashok Gehlot is also down south to sell his model of good governance as an election pitch for the Congress. Prime Minister Modi, who's leading from the front for the BJP, has attacked Rajasthan twice on his recent visit this weekend to the poll-bound state. His latest jibe: vote for the Congress and get a government with infighting amongst its leaders. And he pointed to Rajasthan as an example of this. Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot in Bengaluru and Mangalore, home to a significant Rajasthani population. But it's not just about connecting people from home. Ashok Gehlot is definitely pitching his model of social welfare as a blueprint for the Congress.
सोशल सिक्योरिटी महकमे में तो बार बार जहाँ बैठे बिल्डिंग बनी है खाली मशीन नहीं बनी है क्योंकि मजदूर काम कर रहे थे मजदूर 50-55 साल का हो गया, उसके बाद में उनका सही साथ नहीं रहता है। हो सकता है घर में बेटे पोते रहते हों, वो सक्षम नहीं हो उसको रखने के लिए। क्या स्थिति बनती है जाते गरीबों की।
And as Ashok Gehlot holds the show, Sachin Pilot has been edged out of the Congress star campaigners list in Karnataka. And Prime Minister Modi couldn't resist a dig at the Congress's infighting in Rajasthan.
कांग्रेस और जेडीएस दोनों ही अस्थिरता के प्रतीक है। देश में जिन राज्यों में भी कांग्रेस की सरकारें बची हैं, वहां उनकी पहचान कांग्रेस नेताओं के आपसी झगड़े से है। राजस्थान, छत्तीसगढ़ में क्या चल रहा है, ये आप भी देख रहे हैं।
But the Chief Minister pointed out that in Rajasthan, the BJP too is a house divided.
किस राज्य में कौन सी राजनीतिक पार्टी में आपस में मनमुटाव थोड़ा बहुत है। बीजेपी में जो आज मनमुटाव है राजस्थान में, उसका कोई मैं समझता हूँ देश में कहीं नहीं मिलेगा आपको।
In cities like Bengaluru, Rajasthani migrants are about 4 lakh in population, of which about 1.5 lakh are voters. With Sushil Kumar in Bengaluru and Harsha Kumari Singh, this is Sarah Jacob for NDTV. And both the Home Minister and the Congress's Rahul Gandhi held rallies and took part in various programs in the poll-bound state. The Congress is upbeat about its prospects, especially on the heels of top BJP leaders, the former Chief Minister Jagdish Shettar, the former Deputy Chief Minister Laxman Sawadi, all of them switching over to the Grand Old Party. The BJP faces a challenge in retaining the Lingayat vote bank post these high-profile exits over ticket distribution. The BJP has been focusing exclusively on Karnataka, the only state in the south where it holds power, hoping to gain a second consecutive term in power. And they've been rolling out the party's big guns, all the union ministers, the party's top leaders. They've been campaigning extensively in the state. And the Congress has been taking on the BJP on the issue of corruption.
हमने 4% मुस्लिम रिजर्वेशन, 4% मुस्लिम रिजर्वेशन खत्म कर मुकलिगा, लिंगायत, एससी और एससी का रिजर्वेशन बढ़ाया है। अगर कांग्रेस पार्टी आई तो ये सारा रिजर्वेशन लेकर फिर से मुस्लिम रिजर्वेशन लाएगी।
कर्नाटक की जनता ने बीजेपी की सरकार को 40% की सरकार कहा है। मतलब जो भी ये काम करते हैं, छोटा से छोटा काम हो, बड़ा काम हो, कर्नाटक की जनता से 40% कमीशन चोरी करते हैं। आप कर्नाटक के चुनाव में आते हो, कर्नाटक की बात नहीं करते हो, अपनी बात करते हो। आपको यह बताना चाहिए कि आपने पिछले 3 सालों में कर्नाटक में क्या करवाया।
And the Under Fire Wrestling Federation of India chief, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, is defiant. He has now termed the protest by India's top grapplers, India's top Olympians who have brought the country great honor. He's termed them and their protest as a dharna of Shaheen Bagh. And he's reiterated that he won't quit from the post, despite the fact that a very serious investigation is supposedly underway. The agitating wrestlers who've been protesting for over a week now had even reached out to the Indian Olympic Association demanding the formation of an inquiry committee to probe these extremely serious allegations of sexual harassment against Singh. These include a case where a minor is involved. An FIR has been filed under the stringent POCSO Act. However, Singh, who is a 6-time Lok Sabha MP, a BJP MP from UP's Kasarganj constituency, is sticking to his stand. He says he is not going to relinquish his post. The question protesters are asking is, who is protecting him?
ये खिलाड़ी भी पेड हैं, इन्होंने तय कर रखा है और आप बताइए कि 50 लाख रुपए कपिल सिब्बल साहब की फीस है और एक हियरिंग की 9 वकील खड़े करते हैं, तो क्या एक सामान्य खिलाड़ी इतने महंगे वकील रख सकता है? उसके बाद आप देखिए, जब इनकी डिमांड थी कि एफआईआर दर्ज हो, एफआईआर दर्ज हो गई, फिर भी इनका आंदोलन नहीं समाप्त हो रहा है। क्या आंदोलन में पैसा नहीं खर्च हो रहा है? धीरे 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 ये आंदोलन उसी शाहीन बाग की तरह बढ़ रहा है, ये बढ़ रहा है धीरे 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 धीरे। ये उत्तर प्रदेश को और हरियाणा को बांटना चाहते हैं। और फेडरेशन भंग नहीं है, फेडरेशन अभी हमारी भंग नहीं है। फेडरेशन हमारी तब भंग होगी जब हमारा चुनाव हो जाएगा, अगला आदमी आकर के ये कार्यभार संभाल लेगा, तब फेडरेशन का काम समाप्त होगा।
And in an exclusive interview, Geeta Phogut's personal physiotherapist has now told NDTV that these charges of sexual harassment the wrestlers had confided in him way back in 2014, and that he even raised the issue with the Lucknow Sports Association of India, but those complaints got nowhere. This is crucial because Mr. Singh has claimed, or in his defense he has said, that he's been president of the federation for over a decade, and why were these charges not raised earlier?
उन लड़कियों ने आपको क्या बताया था उस वक्त पे? आपको हमको क्लियरली बताया।
हाँ, यही बताया था कि मैडम कि सर हमें वो मजबूर करते हैं सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट करने के लिए।
मजबूर करते हैं, सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट करते हैं हमारे साथ।
जी।
मैं बहुत माफी चाहूंगी कि मुझे आपसे ये सवाल एक और बार दोहराना पड़ेगा। आप मुझे बता रहे हैं कि अभी जो फीमेल रेसलर्स साक्षी मलिक, विनेश फोगट, जो लोग प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं जंतर मंतर पे, उनके अलावा कुछ फीमेल रेसलर्स थी 2014 में लखनऊ कैंप में, जो कि सरकार का कैंप था, स्पोर्ट्स एसोसिएशन ऑफ इंडिया का कैंप था, नेशनल प्लेयर्स का कैंप था। वहां पे आपको फीमेल रेसलर्स ने बोला कि उनको ब्रिजभूषण के घर पे ले जाके मजबूर करके सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट किया जाता है उनके साथ।
जी, मैं इस बात की पुष्टि कर रहा हूं आपकी, जो आप बोल रहे हैं मैं वही बोल रहा हूं कि ये
सेंसिटिव मैटर है और हम आपसे नाम नहीं पूछेंगे। कितनी लड़कियां थी ऐसी, कितनी फीमेल रेसलर्स थी जिन्होंने आप में कॉन्फाइड किया, आपको बताया?
4-5 लड़कियों ने मुझे ऐसे खुल के बताया था।
कहाँ से थी ये फीमेल रेसलर्स, अगर स्टेट बता पाए आप हमें?
मैं वहाँ राष्ट्रीय कैंप में तो सभी स्टेट्स की लड़कियां होती हैं, पूरे मतलब राष्ट्र की। कोई तमिलनाडु से भी हो सकती है, महाराष्ट्र से भी हो सकती है, झारखंड से भी हो सकती है।
ये जो लड़कियां थी ये कहाँ से थी?
मेरे ख्याल से 1-2 तो हरियाणा से थी, बाकी 2-3 क्योंकि एग्जैक्टली याद नहीं है, शायद महाराष्ट्र से भी थी 2 लड़कियां।
And the 6 months waiting period, also known as the cooling off period, when filing for a divorce is not required anymore for getting a divorce. The Supreme Court ruled this in cases of mutual consent between consenting parties. A constitutional bench of the Supreme Court on Monday ruled that the court can dissolve a marriage in case of irretrievable breakdowns by dispensing with the need of the waiting period as required under the current marital laws. Now, divorce is a process of dissolution of marriage. It is a legal procedure. In order to get a divorce petition is filed in a court of law. Once a decree or a judgment has been passed by the court in favor of the divorce petition, the marriage of the spouses is terminated. But under Section 13B(2) of the Hindu Marriage Act, both parties seeking divorce have to wait between 6 to 18 months from the date on which they presented their petition to obtain the divorce decree. The 6-month period is given so that the parties have ample time to withdraw their plea. And the Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has now reacted to the controversial Kerala story film. Speaking on Twitter, the microblogging site, he shared the trailer or the poster of the film, writing, "This may be your Kerala story. It certainly is not our Kerala story." What is this controversy about? Well, this is a film. It's called the Kerala story. It has become controversial because many point out and say that the numbers that the film talks about is completely exaggerated. This is a film. It stars Ada Sharma, Yogita Bihani, Siddhi Idnani and Sonia Balani in the lead roles. And the trailer of this film has come under fire because it claims that 32,000 girls from Kerala have gone missing and later joined the terrorist group ISIS. Now, the leader of the opposition in the Kerala Legislative Assembly, V.D. Sathesan, has said that this is the false claim, and he alleges that the film is part of an attempt to implant the Sangh Parivar's agenda and create social divisions in Kerala by casting a shadow of doubt over minority groups. He says it is not an issue of freedom of speech and expression, but is a part of an attempt to implement through the Sangh Parivar agenda a division in our society. All right, let's get you an exclusive interview now. One of the most encouraging stories in India's civil aviation sphere has been Jet Airways. Coming out of bankruptcy, there's been intense hope that one of India's finest airlines will soar again. My colleague Vishnu Som spoke with one of the key executives leading the process of reviving Jet, Sanjeev Kapoor, the CEO designate who quit the airline, on what the future for the airline is.
Joining us now, Sanjeev Kapoor, in his first interview to television. Thanks very much for being with us. I must ask you, is this the end of the road for Jet?
Thanks for having me, Vishnu. Absolutely not, Vishnu. The new promoters are very committed. A lot of blood, sweat and tears has gone into the revival process in the last couple of years. A lot of good effort has gone into it, and the new promoters are confident that the ownership transfer, which has been delayed, will happen soon. So absolutely, I don't think anyone should consider this to be the end of the road for Jet.
But what about your departing from Jet? Is that not a setback to the dreams of so many to get this airline functioning, operational?
Well, my departure is due to various, reasons which are personal to me, but in no way should it reflect upon the prospects for Jet. There are many professionals out there who are still putting in a lot of effort, and there are many who will still be willing to come forward and try to make this happen. We were trying to create history, and I think, I may not be with Jet any longer, but I'm going to be rooting for them to succeed.
Why is it important to revive Jet? Because, there are passengers or people watching this would say, look, there are so many airlines already. Why do we need Jet to be revived?
Well, one very fundamental reason is that India is a huge aviation market already, the third largest in the world, and it's going to grow and become the second largest in a few years' time. In a market as large as India, and with a segment of population which is very affluent, you need a choice of full-service airlines. It would not be good for Indian consumers, corporates, etc., to have just one full-service airline, on offer. If you look at fares today for, say, Delhi, Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, in business class, which is one of the offerings of full-service airlines, it's often 40 or 50,000 rupees, and that can only get worse if there's no competition. So I think it's good for the market. It's good for the bankruptcy process to show that, the IBC process can work and airline can be revived in India. And finally, it's a brand that was so loved, the people wanting it to come back. So I think it'll just be a feel-good story all around, good for the market, good for the IBC process, and what people want.
Sanjeev, the promoters are still very keen, or they sincerely believe that it's just a matter of time, right? I know it's been delayed, but is there still a sense that you can overcome some of the legal and other challenges?
Again, the legal issues were being handled by the promoters with the monitoring committee, with the creditors committee, management team, such as myself. We were not a part of that. But I do know that despite the delays that have happened due to some unexpected additions to liabilities payable, which happened in October last year, despite those delays, the promoters are confident that ownership transfer will happen soon, and they are plowing ahead. I mean, they've committed a lot, they've spent a lot of money already, and they want to see this through.
And, what is the time period within which you believe that this might be successfully resolved?
I've stopped, giving estimates of time period, specifically because we were very confident that we would get the airline flying by October or November of last year. And we were very close to that. I mean, we had everything set up. We had aircraft lined up. We had crew. We had IT systems, website, app, catering contract, ground services, customers, you name it. Everything was set up. We were ready to start flying in by late October or early November, until that unfortunate ruling, occurred, which delayed the transfer of ownership. So having gone through that once, I don't want to be in the business of predicting or giving a date, but I do know that in the last few months, since that delay occurred, there's been a lot of progress. And again, the promoters are very committed to see this through.